Melting Pot every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. as we meet elders from our different ethnic groups in Nigeria and bring you closer to your roots. Live on Citizen FM 93.7 Abuja. Melting Pot. Don't miss it.
This is our journey. We've had our finest moments and our darkest hours. Yet we pull ourselves back from the brink every time. We are a resilient people. We are Nigeria. And when we talk, we share our views on Talk Radio 93.7 Citizen FM. A people united will never be defeated.
What a day it has been. My God. It has been quite a day. If you woke up this morning in Nigeria, you would have seen some reports of, hey, CBN said, CBN did not say, going back and forth, right? And then we've moved from the CBN said, CBN did not say, to CBN coming out to clearly say that that news is fake. And then seeing that the information was released on the verified account of the First Lady, or the wife of the President, Aisha Buhari, a lot of people, believed it at first until CBN said, hey, it's fake news, don't believe it. There's been a lot going on in that. You see, when it comes to Naira at this time in the life of Nigeria, you need to be very careful because you see this Naira thing, it's something that's affecting everybody. So any news, anything that sounds like news and it's going to be centered around money, Naira, currency, cash in Nigeria, people are not even joking with it at all. So you can imagine how emotions went from up, down, to center, to in between, to it was just a basketball situation today. There's been clarification and say, hey, it's fake news, don't believe it. You see that thing about 1,000 naira and 500 naira notes being in circulation? It's fake news, don't believe it. CBN said so. And they didn't stop there. We have seen reports that the wife of the president has enjoined security agencies across the country to please fish out the people who hacked her social media account on Twitter and decided to post fake news using her page. 5:09 p.m. I hope your day has been going good. Citizen FM 93.7. That's the dial. I am Didi, and it's time for Super Citizen at Sunset. Where you at? It's gonna be fun, okay? Yeah, I'll be telling you what's happening around Nigeria this time. Interesting stuff, I tell you. Interesting stuff going on in the country. Elections, my God, build up to elections. Did you see that story about a state governor, a certain state governor, dashing people monies inside envelopes, and the envelopes had the face of the governor on it, and people were like, why are you dashing us money now? We know we need money, but we can't spend this money because it's not even useful right now. Did you see that news? Well, don't worry, I'll look for it and tell you about it. I'll look for it and tell you about it. Hey, elections, Enugu State. They seem to be leading it back. We're seeing information from INEC on the success so far, what has happened, in that state as regards elections, 2023 election. 25 February is the day for presidential and National Assembly elections. And just about 2 weeks later, where we would have the state governors and state houses of assembly elections. That's March 11. Okay, so don't snooze on that one. Everybody seems to be so focused on the February 25 elections because it's the presidential, and I understand how serious, how important that election is. But hey, let's not forget, see, the state governors, they also need to be taken seriously. We can't concentrate all the attention on the president. When the president wins, whoever the president turns out to be, it won't be a case of one person doing all the job. They would need to work together with state governors, right? Yeah, state houses of assembly would need to also do some parts of the job. So let's take every single person seriously. Anybody who's going to be a public office holder should be taken seriously. We need to have the conversations in toto. Yeah. Still on what's it called, 2023 polls, we're seeing that NYC has launched a distress call center for core members who will be participating in the elections, those who will be ad hoc staff, those who will be actively, be working with INEC during the period. We're seeing that they have a distress call center launched already. So it's going to be great. Yeah, the elections are going to be amazing. They have come again. See, today, I need to call them out. My boss just walked into the studio, and I'm hoping that I'm going to be having a great time with him. Hi, Mr. Lawrence. Mr. Lawrence, I'm waiting. Every single time I hold myself back. I say, no, let me not call names before after the show. Now I can't go home. But today I said I would. You're giving me signals. Please, did you capture that on YouTube, Fred? Let me know the people that are threatening me in this place. Alrighty, people. Yeah, it's gonna be fun, as I was saying. I'll be taking you through Nigeria, what's happening around the country at this time. But that will be from 5:30. Okay, between now and 5:30, I'll just be bringing you up to speed generally with what's about 21st of February, because that's the dates today. International days today. I should be speaking my mother tongue, like the language that mommy and daddy. Fred, please come. Come quickly. That thing just struck me now. Let's do this very quickly. It is International Mother Language Day. Right. It's usually held on 21st of February every single year to promote awareness of linguistics and cultural diversity and to promote multilingualism. So, do you not speak your language?
Of course I do.
It is the way you are swelling up like Gary inside water.
Yeah.
Look, I said mother tongue. I want you to speak your language. Okay, you've been listening, right?
Yeah.
Can you give me a rundown of the things I just said in Tiv language? Quickly, Joe.
Okay.
I will send you out of this.
No. It's the way you're looking at me is the reason why I'm laughing.
With anticipation, I'm hoping you don't fall my hand. It is International Mother Language Day. See, if you've ever disappointed me, I forgive you.
Okay,
this moment,
not this moment.
Not this moment, please.
Okay, what do you want me to say in tea?
The things I've been saying since. Welcome on the show. We're expecting it on the show.
Okay.
Quickly.
Highlights. Okay, all right, let's go. Okay, TMT ni pardon I'm so nichi ka when Didi adolamu ye aka ven we unso ni Citizen FM ni aka yange zwa ulama ongo we maru jiji vo jera ungwa ka Citizen FM ayiram ka moti am ka o Jimmy Shate Frederick bamba yiram hijine Fred come on in charge of YouTube mbam kire hene mamu o hama okoro nchi na jiji ne ba ongwa o tam na nyo hene ne onka Mr. Lawrence umwete
I don't know what it is, but go on.
Kawenero or Vesino news we editing Hijine and your hene vo na hatma me Chira Hide Ayem. The Mangwaka Citizen FM 93.7 Msuitoyam Tivchi.
So
Msuitoyam Tivchi means I greet every one of you.
That's the one I was trying to say because I know I have a feeling it meant that, but I wasn't just sure. Msuitoyam
Yam Tivchi.
So Tio Yam Tivchi.
Yeah.
I'm bad like that. Oh, thank you, man. You did great.
You're welcome.
Well done. Okay, so that's my way of celebrating International Mother Language Day. I tried now. That was Fred. Fred, who's the bad guy behind the live streaming, and YouTube. Yeah, it's the one with the sticky fingers. Well done. Anyway, so if you want to listen to us from anywhere in the world, you can. You can have us in your pocket. You can have us on your device, wherever it is you are. All you need to do is go ahead and just type citizenfm.ng. That's all. citizenfm.ng, and you can hear me from anywhere on earth that they have network, that there is internet. Okay, so that's one of the things we're marking today. I think that's basically the most major event of today. What else is there? What else? I think I should. Whoever is coming into the studio, it didn't occur to me early enough. I should have thought about this when Mr. Lawrence Umorita was on the studio. Should have thought of it. He would have said something or two in his language, but nothing spoil. That thing that brought him the first time might just bring him again. You never can tell. Stay with me. Today in history, Malcolm X. Malcolm X. You ever heard that name? Okay, I'm sure you have. I'll be telling you about him because it was on this day that he got shot.
Hello, Abuja. You are listening to 93.7 Citizen FM, the latest radio station based in Nigeria's capital. Our station seeks to broadcast a broad mix of culture and views with priority given to development programming to enable residents share ideas and opinions, music and drama. At Citizen FM, we believe in progressive talk and solution-driven conversation. Our aim is to build a united Nigeria by bringing people of diverse culture together through communication. Enjoy listening to 93.7 Citizen FM. We are more than just a radio station. We are a part of your life.
He was born Malcolm Little in Nebraska in that year, 1925. Malcolm was the son of James R. Little, who was a Baptist, and they lived a very, very quiet life because father was a preacher who advocated the black nationalist ideals of Marcus Garvey. Malcolm X, we're looking at today, was an African-American nationalist and a religious leader. He was assassinated on this day while he was addressing his Organization of Afro-American Unity at the Audubon Ballroom in Washington Heights. He was only 39 years old at the time he got killed. Now, in 1946, he was only 21 years old when he was sent to prison on a burglary conviction. It was there that he encountered the teachings of Elijah Muhammad, that's the leader of the Nation of Islam at the time, whose members are popularly known as black Muslims. So the Nation of Islam advocated black nationalism and racial separatism. Muhammad's teachings had a strong effect on Malcolm as he entered into an intense program of self-education and took the last name X to symbolize his stolen African identity. Some people hear the name Malcolm X and they don't really know what it means. Yeah, he's Malcolm. His first name is Malcolm Little, but he adopted the X on his name to symbolize his stolen African identity. Now, guess what? After 6 years, Malcolm was released from prison where he met the Islamic leader, that's Elijah Muhammad. Anyway, he was released from prison and he became a loyal and effective minister of the Nation of Islam in Harlem, in New York. And in contrast with a civil rights leader like Martin Luther King, the one we know about, Martin Luther King Jr. particularly, Malcolm X advocated self-defense and the liberation of African Americans by any means necessary. You get the difference? Yeah. Other people or civil means were the best ways to, reclaim your rights. But the difference with Malcolm was he went for the jugular. For him, it was get your rights by any means possible. Be liberated by any means possible. By hook or by crook. He was a fiery orator. He was feisty. He was fierce. It was about power. It was, I don't know what else describes feisty though. But he was really admired by the African American community in New York and around the world. And that's why he's a name today that people remember every 21st of February. And they remember him for his contribution to black liberation around the world. It was a very sad day, actually, on that day. That's on February 21 in 1965, particularly. That's the day he was killed. And it was such a sight. Guess what? His pregnant wife was standing right there on the day he was gunned down. His 4 daughters were there too. And they had to take cover in the front row. 3 members of the Nation of Islam were soon after charged with first-degree murder. They said they were the ones that had a hand in it. Islam and Aziz maintained their innocence. That's 2 of the 3 members of the Nation of Islam. 2 of them. I told you 3 members were arrested, right? Well, 2 out of the 3 people said they were innocent. And the trial happened in 1966. But during the trial, Halim confessed to the crime. That's a third person. He confessed to the crime and testified that Islam and Aziz, that's the 2 two other people who said they were innocent. He said they were actually innocent, right? But all three men were found guilty, and they were sentenced to 20 years to life in prison. Yeah, one to each. So it was very important to take you down memory lane, just a bit of the story, so that people who always talk about Malcolm X, if you really didn't know what it means, now you know. Some people even argue that he was a rapper. No, not kidding. No kidding. Some people associate Malcolm X with Tupac. I always wonder what the relationship is. Maybe because they all talked about, I don't know, liberation, but they just mumble everything off. They say Malcolm X. Oh, and then somehow they find a way to relate him with Tupac Shakur. Crazy stuff. Anyway, he became an ideological hero after the posthumous release of the autobiography of Malcolm X. It's a book, the autobiography of Malcolm X. Anyway, that's not the only thing that happened on this day in history, but I just thought to take a minute to take you through that. Something else that happened. President Robert Mugabe. It's his birthday. Oh, yeah, posthumous actually, because he's dead. He died in 2019 at the age of 95, but he was born on this day, February 21, in 1924. Robert Mugabe, forget. I couldn't have just dropped that it was his birthday and just moved on like that. One person with like the highest number of quotes from Africa. The guy's Cruz. Who didn't enjoy Robert Mugabe when he was president? Of course, besides the economic policies at the time that a lot of Zimbabweans are not very cool with. But when you talk about Cruz and vibes, he was one of the very Cruzest, quote unquote, presidents out of Africa. Yeah, so it was on this day that he was born. When September comes, we'll talk about his death day. Let's see, what else? The Washington Monument. You know, if you've seen, have you seen what's the name of that movie? The Blacklist. It is, well, I can't even begin to name how many movies that the Washington Monument is featuring. Usually just appear on. So just know the Washington Monument. It was dedicated on the ground of the mall in Washington on this day in 1885. 1885. You want to count numbers? I wish you luck in that. This day, 1985, that's February 21, that the South African government finally approved the introduction of 99-year leasehold rights for black people in the township of Langa, Nyanga, and Gugulethu, all in South Africa. And on this day, too, in Nigeria, just so you know, 2023, we have about 4 days to the election. Well, 3 days, because on the fourth day, it will be the election in Nigeria. Very strong matter. Don't take it for granted. Hey, guess what? Bottom of the hour, that's 5:30. I'll be back to take you around Nigeria. What's happening in the news right now? See that Naira thing? I think it'll be the first thing I'll talk about. But hey, stay with me, okay?
The issues. Everybody respected that because it was coming from the president.
Purely behind it, the way the people took the battle in their hands.
Some civil servant retired without a roof over his head.
The cause.
If we cannot trust you, then you cannot take the ticket of this country. Who cannot be divulged from those who cause the crime. Honestly.
The passion.
You must have national
platform. Always the same.
Insight on Citizen FM 93.
eat your cake and have it. You can never eat your cake. You can never eat your cake and have it.
The message. No, there's no way you can leave your cake and have it. Africa's queen of reggae, Evie Edna Ogoli. Always proud of her. I don't even want to dwell on that right now. So let's just get on into the business of the day. It's 5:30, so you know it's time for news roundup. What's happening in Nigeria at this time? So, for a lot of people, as I said, that are social media savvy and, decided to check their phones this morning, you may have seen a circulated, what's it called now? News release or press release, yes. Some argued that it was from the Central Bank of Nigeria. Now, generally, people are a little touchy this period when it comes to news about Naira. Because, as I have said here repeatedly on the show, it's one of the reasons that a lot of things are at stake. Jobs, lives, relationships, just a lot are at stake at this time. So, according to the official statement, this is all fake news, and I think it's important that we start from the beginning, just for the benefit of those who may have seen that first lap of the news but never returned to their phones or saw any mainstream media reports carrying the updated version and saying, "Hey, this is fake news." If you saw a press release from a purported account, or that is of the wife of the president, the First Lady Aisha Buhari, ignore it because it is fake news. The story goes something about due to the current and unpleasant situation happening in the country and in line with the president's directive after having closed our meeting on the 20th of February, which was even yesterday. It says that the CBN directed to only reissue and circulate the old 200 naira, 500 naira and 1,000 naira notes. And according to the story, that the old 500 naira, 1,000 naira are expected to get back into circulation for another 70 days. That's up to May 1, 2023. Guess what? As I said, you may have believed the source of the news because of where it came from, right? Because of the source. You may have believed the news because of the source. But the source has said it is a lie. CBN has had to come out and explain. When this story drops, it even came on one of our groups on the station. Someone had to ask and say, how true is this story? And I'm glad that it was immediately refuted and said, hey, it's not true. It's a lie. Anyway, a few hours later, the Central Bank of Nigeria said, they released a statement where they said that President Buhari's directive on the 200 naira notes still stands. The directive is that only 200 naira notes be returned back in circulation. 500 naira and 1,000 naira notes are not in circulation. I will not be in circulation for the next 70 days, as earlier reported by that fake report. In a statement, the CBN dismissed the media report. They described the story as fake, and they have pledged to work with security agencies to unravel the perpetrators of the misleading report. It says the attention of the Central Bank of Nigeria has been drawn to a fake press release purported to have emanated from the bank to the effect that President Buhari has approved the reissuance and release of old 500 naira notes and 1,000 naira notes as legal tender in the country. For the avoidance of doubt, the Central Bank of Nigeria reiterates that in line with the directives of Mr. President, only 200 naira notes are to be reissued and to circulate concurrently with the new notes. Members of the public are therefore advised to ignore the fake news. The bank is working with the law enforcement agencies to investigate, apprehend, and prosecute the purveyors of the fake news. That's according to the CBN. The report that the press release that was released, press release that was released earlier. I don't know how else to put it. All right. Okay, but I didn't stop there, right? Because of the source of the news, as I said again, it came from the official account of Aisha Buhari, the wife of the president. Anyway, she has she's disclaimed the fake news. She said categorically that the story is fake. Her account was hacked. Yeah, that's the explanation, that the account was hacked. Reminds me of some of these celebrities on Instagram and other social media platforms. I'm not saying that's the case, but it just reminds me of the situation where things like this happen and the next story is, my account has been hacked. Some people intentionally release some nude pictures and then just say, it's been hacked. Of course, there are times when these accounts are really, really hacked. But because of how frequent it is that we get people making a U-turn right after a story goes south, they just make a U-turn and say, my account was hacked. And then there is usually not an update on these hackers being caught or being brought to book. So we just put a question mark on the entire process and say, okay, is this another safe landing or was the account really hacked? Anyway, let's get back to the story. As I said, that's just me remembering something else. I'm not saying that that's what happened. I don't know. I'm just saying that it just reminded me of something that happens with celebrities more often than not. Anyway, so the wife of the president said that what was posted on her verified Instagram and Facebook handles today, challenging security agents. The story about the 500 naira and 1,000 naira notes being back in circulation is false. And so she's tasking security agents to unmask the hackers behind the fake news and to punish the culprits. Yeah. She also noted that the author of the fake press release credited to the CBN on the purported extension of validity of old naira notes was a criminally minded hacker with the intention to continue attacking her reputation through her social media platforms. These hackers, though, is wow. How they just target these people and just say, okay, because this person is credible, because people follow with this person, well, let's just use this platform to pass this message. It's crazy. It's really crazy. It's really, really crazy. Anyway, it was later today, a few hours ago on Tuesday, that she disclaimed the message saying that she had directed the removal of the fake and distorted press statement. I'm glad that after the hacker got access to the account, her team has been able to have access to the account, because what usually happens is that when these hackers have access to your account, they lock you out of these accounts, right? They don't allow you access. They don't allow your handlers access to these accounts. But what this report says is that her people or her team have been able to get access to the account again, and she's directed the removal of the fake and distorted press statement from her account. In fact, let's hear what her release says. It says, it has come to my attention that a certain fake news was posted on my social media platform, Instagram, which has directly connected, pardon me, I have to say that again. Okay. It says, it has come to my attention that a certain fake news was purported or was posted on my social media handle, Instagram, which also connects to my Facebook page. And that happened earlier today. I have since directed that it should be deleted. This is without a doubt the criminal actions of the persons who were responsible for deleting quite a number of my posts since 2018 to late last year, when I posted a video and picture of my hands with henna designed earlier. And also when I launched the APC Women Presidential Campaign Committee of Bola Ahmed Tinubu of APC in Ilorin, Kwara State, and then also the post of my event on the Traditional and Complementary Alternative Medicine Conference and 17 other posts. This person is a hacker, criminally minded, with the intention to continue attacking my reputation through my social media platforms. But I'm assuring you that this is the first and the last time I'm disclaiming fake news on my handle. It is a responsibility of social or security agencies to find out who I am sharing my social handles with, despite being verified account, and they should take all necessary actions to ensure that these perpetrators are brought to book. So now it's on the security agents. You need to find out who did this and why, right? Because no, this is not a time to play with these kind of stories in Nigeria. Everybody's salty right now, right? All right, so that's the update. So please discard the old one, okay? And please, I hope, as I said earlier, I really do hope that these hackers, we get update on them. That there's been some sort of arrest. Somebody was caught or arrested or questioned, something at all. It shouldn't be like, oh, okay, well, it was hacked, and okay, we know it was hacked, so let's all go back to our businesses until something else happens, and oh, there's been another hack. Okay, it was a hack, and then let's go. Can we not have that? Let's see this thing, like let's see to the end of it. Let's say that somebody was arrested and, really, really brought to book. Anyway, that's about that on latest when it comes to that. Elections, Nigeria. 4 days to go, right? Yeah. As on the 4th day, that's on 25 of February, that we will all go out and show our might. Politics is a game of numbers, so you need to go out and vote your candidates. Don't stay at home and say, oh, this person must win. Yeah, hashtagging up and down on social media platforms. Social media is not a place to vote. Your votes on social media do not count. Your comments, your reactions, your thumbs up, your likes, your whatever, your fights, your squabbles on social media means nothing. So if I were you, I'll do the right thing, step out and vote. Yeah, you had time enough to get your PVCs. If you did not have your PVC, I don't know what to do for you. Anyway, so speaking of the elections, NYC, they're not leaving their children in the cold. No. Now, they've launched a distress call center for corps members who are going to be working on that day. And it's for corps members to allow the authorities, in case of any danger during the forthcoming elections. It was a DG NYC, Yeshua Udogara Ahmed, that announced the development when he was briefing journalists on the preparedness of the scheme for the elections. That happened earlier today in Abuja. Yeah, so there's an emergency number. The center's emergency number is 6972. But again, it's for NYC corps members. It's for corps members. It is for who? Corps members. It is 6972. And he explained that the creation of the center was to enhance the security and safety of corps members. If they are in distress, they know what to do. We have 4 days to the election. Nigeria decides 2023. Oh my God, what a time to be alive. I'm super excited. I'm giddy. I'm anxious because again, some people don't like to hear that this is a very important time in the life of Nigeria. Some people, oh well, it's another election. Every year we're saying it's important. But I know that this will not be business as usual. I'm very hopeful, really hopeful. Yeah. So I'm really glad that NYC took this initiative to do the right thing, not allowing their children to just lay scattered or bare, so they know what to do. They have a special code they could, dial or send message to when things are going south or they're not understanding some movements. They have a number to call. That is just fantastic. A round of applause for them, please. Yeah, that's just great. That is just amazing. Amazing stuff. Yeah, build up to the elections. So there's still pockets reports from different parts of Nigeria on security updates here and there. Some people are still not doing the right thing, burning down, burning down police stations and all of those. To what end? Why? What was your point? Why are you burning down public infrastructure or public property? To do what? What's the point? I really don't know. And I just want to say, please, if you're involved in any way, it's a good time to stop because it makes no sense. Absolutely no sense. 5:42 p.m. Citizen FM 93.7. I'm ready to take your reactions now. Let's see what calls we can take in just a few minutes. Right. The numbers you can call 0903 22 29 797. The number again 0903 22 29 797. And you can also call 0808 22 22 037. That's another number you can call. The number again 0808 22 22 037. There's a third. If you're unable to reach on that number, you can call 0818 22 22 205. You got that, right? 0818 22 22 205. All right, while we await your calls, let's see more headlines at this time. In a final push, Atiku is set to meet all PDP candidates on Tuesday. Yeah, still build up to the elections. Today is the day, right? So, according to sources, there's a newsman close to the PDP presidential candidate campaign council, rather. The planned virtual meeting is expected to take place today, and it's to avail the candidates the opportunity to discuss issues that are affecting them. And they'll talk about issues affecting them before, during, and after the 2023 elections. There's been a confirmation of about 1.6 million voters, and they've deployed 3,508 beavers in only Kogi State. So some election materials have been dispatched to different parts of Nigeria. Mentioned earlier, report from Enugu State. Was it Enugu? Yeah, Enugu State on on some of the what's it called now? Updates. INEC moves from across the states. Yeah. Let me see that very quickly now. Let me see that report. Yes, sensitive materials have arrived in Enugu, according to INEC. Now, the concern may be that, why make these things public? Because we have people who don't want to see the success of this election in Nigeria. Why are you making it public that sensitive materials have arrived in these states? Is it not dangerous? But then again, what about people needing to know? What about people needing to know? I don't know how else to explain that. But people just need to know what's happening, right? You need to update the people every now and again. Maybe what we can do is ensure that the destination or the location of these materials are not made public. But we can just know that, generally speaking, in Enugu State, materials have arrived. Or in Kogi State, as we saw earlier, materials have arrived, and so on and so forth. Anyway, INEC has had to clearly say that sensitive election materials have arrived in Enugu ahead of the election. It was the INEC head of Department Voter Education and Publicity in Enugu State that confirmed this report to newsmen. Right. He said INEC top officials have gone to inspect sensitive materials that are received at the CBN in Enugu. Just this morning, we went to CBN Enugu branch to confirm receipt of sensitive materials, especially the election result sheets. However, INEC will be distributing the result sheets in full glare of head of security agencies, political parties, media, observers, and other stakeholders on the 23rd of February 2023. That will be on Thursday. That's in 2 days' time, right? Today is 21st. So 22nd should be Wednesday, then 23rd would be Thursday. So on Thursday, there'll be a full glare. Anyway, as I said, the location should maybe not be made public, but it is what it is. We all know where it is now, right? Times that we're in. But, I mean, you can't be too careful, right? But again, people need to know. It's just finding the balance that is always a problem. But somehow we'll be fine.
Hello, Abuja. You are listening to 93.7 Citizen FM, the latest radio station based in Nigeria's capital. Our station seeks to broadcast a broad mix of culture and views with priority given to development programming to enable residents share ideas and opinions, music and drama. At Citizen FM, we believe in progressive talk and solution-driven conversation. Our aim is to build a united Nigeria by bringing people of diverse culture together through communication. Enjoy listening to 93.7 Citizen FM. We are more than just a radio station. We are a part of your life.
Investigations, special reports, analysis, and breaking news. Premium Times, a leading multimedia news platform, brings to you every minute stories that helps you make informed decisions and hold public officials, individuals, and organizations accountable. We have cartoons, videos, podcasts, and other interesting content for your delight. For timely update on politics, entertainment, sport and business, visit our website on www.premiumtimesng.com and follow us on all our social media platforms. Don't miss out.
93.7 Citizen FM.
Citizen FM 93.7. We have 5 more minutes to round off on News Roundup, because at 6, last stop of the hour, we'll be bringing you the comprehensive news bulletin on Citizen FM 93.7. So very recently, we have, as I said, just 5 more minutes, and now the next 5 minutes will be dedicated to news from other parts of Africa, away from Nigeria now. So very recently, the European Council President Charles Michel, who recently spoke, said the Malian state is in the process of collapsing after the breakdown of the military alliance with European countries against jihadists. That's what he said. But it seems like the government is not very pleased with his statement, because they've strongly protested against the comment. The Malian Ministry of Foreign Affairs said in a statement that was posted on social media that it had summoned the charge d'affaires of the European Union delegation to Mali, Pascal Perenec. The ministry said that it had notified him of the strong protest of Mali to the what they call unfriendly, erroneous and aggressive comments of Charles Michel. Remember what he said? He said that the country, that's Mali, was in the process of collapsing. Why? Because there was a breakdown of the military alliance with European countries against jihadists. So the country said they're not going to have it. The Malian ministry believes that the statements are part of a disinformation campaign that was set up against Mali. And the ministry does not specify which statements are targeted, but 2 diplomats said on, a condition of anonymity that this Charles man, that's the European Council president, was referring to an interview that was given last week, where he said that the transitional authorities in Mali, which came out of a coup d'etat, have decided to break to a large extent with traditional partners, and particularly with European partners. And the consequence is a state that is collapsing, with terrorists occupying more and more space in the region. I don't know how this is even cool. It's just imagine someone telling you to your face that your country is collapsing. That's not cool at all. I don't know what power you think you wield, but this is an independent nation we're talking about. It's not your child that you can just say, oh, don't do that again. You can just scold, or you can just make some remarks. Even to your children, there's a level your child will get to. You're not expected, or you're not supposed to make some remarks about the child. Anyway, again, this is another point where I'm hopeful that this will be seen to the letter, that it will not just be another statement released and everybody just goes to rest. Because if people see that they can say some things and get away with it, believe me, what they may say next time may just be worse than what they said earlier. So I'm hoping that whatever the country needs to do to prove the point that they're not really collapsing, that they would actually do. Last story we're taking today, not exactly from Africa, but something that catches our attention, is another earthquake that has reportedly hit Turkey's Hatay province. Really sad. That happened last night. In case you did not hear the story, this is me bringing it to you now. And that earthquake report has spread panic among survivors. Some more people are trapped under more collapsed buildings, not very far from the one that was reported about last week or so, where we saw the athlete, the footballer, die. It's been a very sad time. Just 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks. It was exactly 2 weeks ago that the report of that earthquake in Turkey, Syria was reported. Now we have another one coming in. South southern Turkey and northwestern Syria, particularly. So it's Turkey, Syria, thereabouts. This one is about 6.3 magnitude quake. Just about after 5 p.m. that it hit last night. They're trying what they can to rescue as many people as they can. My God, what a time, right? It's really sad, another one. But again, we just do hope that everything is done to rescue as many people as possible. And I don't know. It's just overwhelming at this time. We just pray that the souls of those that have passed on do rest in peace. Stay with us, top of the hour. The news will be coming your way. I am Didi, and it's Super Citizen at sunset at this time.
Hello, Abuja. You are listening to 93.